Sagittarius, you may be feeling right at home in the month of March. Taking a peek at what's going on in the stars for you, there's a lot of focus on your personal life. I do see Neptune being very activated in your Pisces fourth house of home and family. So some of you could literally be moving into your dream home or manifesting it, while others of you may really be figuring out what family means to you on a spiritual level. Now, maybe on a similar vein, I do see some sort of major change happening with your friends or social circles. Perhaps there is an ending here, and you are really looking for kindred spirits, for people you connect to on a soul level. If you're looking forward to this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification if you haven't done that already. That way you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, hello and welcome. My name is Michael, and I utilize a tried and true method of combining tarot and Western or tropical astrology to intuit accurate monthly forecasts for your zodiac signs. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive and would like to book a personal reading or distance Reiki session with me, you can find a link for my website as well as all of my other social media accounts in the description of this video. So the first couple of cards I pulled for you, Sagittarius, are actually right on the nose with the astrology that we were just talking about, because we do have the Two of Wands with the Six of Cups, and this is showing up in past energy or past influences. And it feels like some of you have been really looking forward to something and kind of envisioning your next step, where you want to go, where you want to be. And it's interesting that the Six of Cups came out with this, because this is often a very nostalgic card or signifying some sort of return. And so there's this kind of forward-moving energy, but there's also this return of some kind. Maybe some of you are planning a move back to your hometown or where you come from. Maybe you are even looking at a land or country of origin as well and connecting with that, really connecting with your roots here in the Six of Cups. I do feel like ultimately there's been a lot of healing, and actually the energy is feeling pretty positive overall. And even if things have been challenging, it's like you have this sort of North Star. You have this direction that you are going in that feels really positive and very nourishing for you on a soul level. Now, I do want to pull some more cards for you, Sagittarius, and as I do that, I'm just going to give my quick reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages here are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. If this video just doesn't resonate with you at all, that doesn't mean that anything went wrong. It just means that these messages weren't meant for you at this time, but you are more than welcome to check out my channel, maybe for your moon or especially rising sign. There may be some messages for you there as well. Very interesting. We do have the Three of Swords in reverse kind of coming out as sort of the lesson you've gained. And maybe for some of you, there was some sort of ending or betrayal. Maybe there was a relationship that ended, and it's almost giving this kind of story where it's like you were kind of settling with where you wanted to be because of another person. And now that that person is no longer a part of your life, or you're no longer as connected to this person, you have more freedom. And this has actually brought a lot of healing. The Three of Swords in reverse to me really does kind of indicate this moving forward, letting go of past hurt, and maybe even cutting some cords with somebody as well. And that feels like that was necessary for you, Sagittarius. So it feels like some of you had to end a relationship. It does kind of feel like a romantic relationship for a lot of you, just being honest. But it could also be a friendship or just someone that was very close to you. I feel like it's been kind of a healing process. But you have something now where you are able to move forward. And that's, I feel like, already in the horizon, or it will be for you very, very soon. I am curious to see what else we have. What else do we have for Sagittarius this month? We do have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Yes, there is the sense of renewal and an emotional beginning. I really do feel like you are reconnecting with some part of yourself. Again, this could really be tied to heritage, home, or family, or just really reconnecting to your own emotions. Maybe this is another person for some of you. We will get to that in just a moment. But I really want to focus on the home and family stuff because, as you've gathered, we are in Pisces season. And for you, this really does correspond to home, family, your emotions, your soul, the foundations of your life. And we do have Mercury coming together with Neptune, as well as Sun coming together with Neptune in Pisces. That's happening on the 8th and 17th respectively. And so there's a lot of answers or movement. There's a lot of things that are kind of happening and being revealed during this time. We do also have, sorry, don't know. I feel like I never have enough table room on this table. We do also have a new moon in Pisces on the 10th as well, which often does indicate new beginnings or just a very powerful window to manifest and to set an intention, because new moons set new cycles, often for the next 6 months. And I really do feel like there is something that you are manifesting. And, you know, if it is about relationships, this feels almost like, who do I want my domestic partner to be? And maybe that's what this Ace of Cups is signifying. Maybe there is a deepening of a commitment for some of you, or there is a promising relationship coming in that feels very much like someone you could share a life with. Let's clarify that a little more, actually. We do have the Page of Wands. Okay, so there's kind of these, there's like this spark for you. Sparks are in the air with this person, is what I'm trying to say. And it feels like someone who, I'm going to be honest, at first, your impression of this person might be that they're kind of young or immature, or that they don't really want the things that you want. But they do have a lot of passion and maybe even some creativity here as well. And I just want to say, like, I'm also getting chemistry with the Page of Wands. That's kind of an energy that comes through with this too. Tell us a little more. We have the Knight or Son of Swords here. This is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy. And maybe like a fiery Venus. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It feels like someone who's really kind of on the go and really has a lot of energy, actually. But that feels like a good balance. For others of you, this is just about you going after the things that are exciting to you, reconnecting with your passions. That's especially going to be making more sense as we have more planets moving into Aries by the end of this month. We do have the Sun entering Aries on the 20th, I believe. And we also have Mars actually entering Aries, the planet that rules Aries, on the 22nd. And this is really bringing a lot of fire. It's bringing a lot of passion. So you may very well have like a passionate romance coming in. That's probably more in the second half of March, or really just rekindling that spark with somebody. And it feels like going on fun dates and just doing really fun things. Maybe even being kind of experimental is something I could kind of get with this too, if you catch my drift. And I think this is all kind of leading to something very interesting, because we do actually have Mercury going retrograde on April 1st, so April Fool's Day. But it is going to really have you rethinking and revisiting passion, creativity, and romance, and what kind of, how that plays out in your life. But that's more for next month. It feels like right now there's just a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy, which feels exciting. And again, this is kind of like helping you move on. It's helping you heal your heart. Literally, as I say that, the change for you this month is the Five of Swords. You are finally walking away from situations that aren't serving you. Again, cutting cords. I really do get the sense that A lot of you are regenerating as well, kind of looking at this worm. And you've had to let go of some self-destructive patterns as well, or like some self-limiting beliefs, because sometimes there is this element of sabotage with the Five of Swords. So that might be something to kind of consider as well. But I really do feel like I'm not suggesting that you maybe rebound with somebody, but it really does feel like there's somebody new for those of you who are single that's helping you move forward. Or perhaps some of you are just kind of moving on from a hard period in a relationship and kind of getting back to the fun energy again, or rekindling that. Where is all of this leading for Sagittarius? We do have the Son of Cups. So this really does feel like, this does kind of feel like a soulmate energy. It's very romantic. Maybe a little ungrounded, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I know this energy has been very positive, and as a Virgo, you know I like to be real with all of you. It feels like this relationship is honestly pretty young, or like, it's still like kind of fleshing out, and I think there's still room to grow here. Just being honest. That's not a bad thing. But I think it's like, enjoy it right now. Excuse me. Enjoy connecting with someone who is similar to you and wants similar things. For some reason, I feel like some of you are actually connecting with someone who's younger. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below if that's true, especially Gemini energy. Could also be Pisces energy, kind of watery here. And this is really about leading with your heart and leading with your intuition. And that's honestly just such a huge message for you this month, Sagittarius. There's a lot of you following your intuition, listening to your soul, listening to your emotions, and really letting that kind of inform some of the decisions you're making. And that doesn't mean just throw logic out the window either, but take it into account. Really listen to it. Give it some airtime, okay? The energy feels really fun. It feels really romantic for me. I feel like there's a fun little romance for some of you. We do also have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, and maybe this thing that you're walking away from could actually be about a friend. I just want to clarify this really quickly. Interesting. We do have the Magician here. Sometimes this is someone who is a little devious, a little deceptive. It can be a very charismatic person. So it does kind of feel like maybe someone has been kind of a bit sneaky or not quite as they appear. And this actually feels more like friends or kind of more of a platonic relationship, because I really am thinking of this lunar eclipse in Libra, which is your 11th house of networking and friendships and social circles, kind of like a wider net here in terms of relationships. And I almost get the sense that this is a person who, on the surface, is like maybe interested in spirituality or self-development and self-growth. Or those are the people you are being drawn to. But it kind of feels like there's someone who maybe sort of embellished themselves a little bit to you. And maybe this was someone you were networking with. Maybe this is someone who is offering you some sort of opportunity. Wow. You know, I feel like the cards are very much a part of this conversation, because we do have Justice in reverse with the Three of Pentacles. This actually does feel like some sort of networking or even working relationship. Like you were supposed to work towards a similar goal, or you had a similar goal, but it didn't feel like you were putting in equal effort. Like you might have been putting in more effort, or actually you had more inspiration than this person did. This person was more of a thinker, an idealist, and you are more interested in doing and going after certain things. Or that's something that you're kind of being encouraged to do. I am getting very strong Libra energy here, actually, with Justice, and I'm noticing the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck here as well. Both of these cards can represent Libra. We do also have Virgo or Gemini with the Magician. But it feels like you really want to build something with other people. And I think on some level that feels kind of like home, family, domestic stuff. But I also get the sense that you do want to have kind of a tight-knit community as well. Maybe even like intentional community is actually something I could see with this. Maybe buying land with people, or like kind of going in on a project with people, something similar to that. And you're kind of feeling out the right people. But I do feel like there is a relationship in some capacity like that is maybe ending, or something that you're choosing to walk away from. Very, very interesting. You will have to let me know in the comments down below what is going on for you, because it feels like there's a lot of interesting things happening. I'm just going to pull an animal card for you now, Sagittarius, and I always like to think of this as an energy for you to embody in the month of March. What is the animal energy for Sagittarius in March 2024? Show us clearly, please. Interesting. So we do have the butterfly. You are coming out of the chrysalis. You have been going through a transformation. Very often with the butterfly, it also does indicate that there is a change or transition in the heart. So your heart is coming out of this transformational period, and it can feel very tender. And so a lot of the time when this card comes out, it does recommend having some sense of routine or some sort of ritual that you go to each day. And this can be a very small thing, but just something that can kind of help you go through a transition, because it does kind of feel like some of you are in a transition or on the move or moving towards something here. I think it's just important to kind of support yourself in this transition or this growth. And it's interesting because I really do feel like some of you have had to walk away from a connection, maybe a couple of connections, but I also get the sense that there is some new love coming in, or a rekindling of a relationship, and really figuring out who is there for you. Who are the relationships, or what are the relationships that are worth really focusing on and nourishing. Are there any other messages, any other animals for Sagittarius in the month of March? We do have bee, so very productive, very busy, again, kind of working with the hive, whatever that means. It's important that you don't overwork yourself, because bee does have that stinger, and if you do overwork yourself, you might kind of get a little... you might sting someone a little bit. You might get a little spicy. But I really feel like the energy here is ultimately very sweet. And like, I think it's important to taste the fruits of your labor. That's really how I think of bee. It is also very connected to alchemy as well. That making honey, that liquid gold. And obviously honey has a lot of antimicrobial properties. It's a very interesting substance in a lot of different ways. And so it feels like there is this alchemy that is happening for some of you. And I think it's important that you are also working with people who are collaborative, as opposed to working on behalf of other people. That's just something I think we need to really cover today. Or something that really needed to be covered. Anyway, Sagittarius, those are all the messages I have for you this month. I do hope that this was helpful, and definitely be sure to hit like and subscribe if it was, especially if you've made it this far into the video. Might as well, right? You can also find links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions in the description of this video. You can book all of those on my website, as well as links for all of my social media accounts. You are more than welcome to check out the other videos on my channel. Never hurts to see what's going on with your rising sign or even your moon sign, to kind of just get a full picture. And I will see you all in the next video. I'm wishing you a very happy and blessed March. I'm wishing you a very happy and blessed March. Take care, Sagittarius.